Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, everyone, welcome to the next explanation of English for specific purposes, a lesson or subject. The topic today is about English for specific purpose teachers, learners, and needs. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. English for specific purposes teachers. There are some roles that need to be understood by the teachers themselves. Almost always, a teacher of general English or a teacher who teach general English in general English class, they found themselves required to teach students with special needs. Nah, the experience or the experience in teaching ESP class caused a shock and also fear, especially for non-native English teacher. They may fear that they may not cope with their students' areas of specialism, since English for specific purpose is a program for the students with special needs. So that an English for specific purposes teachers may have qualification, qualification in teaching ESP class. The qualification here such as to organize the program, to set goals and objectives, to establish a positive learning environment, and to evaluate students' progress. This qualification is what said by Robinson in 1991 as a personal quality of ESP teachers. A personal qualities here is not only the skills to organize program or the skill to set goals and objectives, the skills to have a positive learning environment and to evaluate students' progress, but also have a personal attributes. Personal attributes here related with enthusiasm, the ability to develop or administer the course, and also the ability or the ability to know the student's word. These personal attributes must be equal and also equally important with this qualification or the ability to organize until to evaluate the student's progress. Above all, the key quality in ESP, the roles of ESP teachers is the flexibility. Flexibility here is the ability to change from being a general language teacher to be a specific purpose teacher, and also the flexibility to cope with different groups of students, often at a very short notice. Jadi, di dalam kelas ESP, guru memiliki peran yang penting. Nah, peran di sini sebagian besar guru di kelas ESP berasal dari guru yang mengajar di kelas General English. Nah, jadi ada sedikit ketakutan tersendiri bagi guru ketika mengajar di kelas ESP, karena kelas ESP tersebut diperuntukkan bagi siswa yang memiliki kebutuhan. Kebutuhan di sini program ESP dijalankan berdasarkan students need, kebutuhan siswa. Nah, jadi guru di dalam kelas ESP harus memiliki kualifikasi seperti halnya di kelas General English, tapi bedanya guru di kelas ESP harus membuat materi ajar, membuat tujuan pembelajaran berdasarkan kebutuhan siswa. Kunci utamanya adalah flexibility. Flexibility atau fleksibilitas dalam mengubah dari cara mengajar di kelas general ke kelas spesifik, dan juga fleksibilitas untuk mengenal atau mengetahui different groups of students, kelompok siswa yang berbeda, tentu berbeda dengan General English. General English berbeda dengan specific students with specific purposes. Nah, jadi peran guru di ESP class is not only teach, but also involved in designing, in setting up, and administering ESP course. Jadi tidak hanya mengajar, tapi sama seperti kelas General English, mereka juga terlibat di dalam merancang dan juga merancang dan melaksanakan ke kelas ESP seperti kelas General English, tapi berdasarkan kepada kebutuhan siswa. To the at least 5 problems with ESP teaching found by the experts based on the research. The first one is related with large classes. ESP classes are often too large with too many students. It leads to the problems related with ability and also with the students' motivation. Mixed ability. Students in English for specific purpose class in a large class of ESP, of course they have different ability and also mixed ability. It creates difficulties for the teacher to teach them. Next is related with training for the teacher. Lack of training for teachers in English for specific purpose cause another problem, since the teacher also need to understand the basic principles in teaching ESP, and also they have attitude toward the ESP content. Next is the problems related with motivation. Since the ESP is mostly taught in large class, so students may not see the value of ESP, and it makes them have a low motivation to learn. And the last problem is related with course design. Some courses or ESP programs is too short with too many materials to deal with. It makes students and teachers exhausted, and thus the learning not effective. And also it related with the time management in the classroom. Most of the students in ESP class is an adult students. They may have a job besides the ESP class. So the time of course design should be after or during the office hours, and it also creates another problem. The classes during or after office hours may have several effects, such as the concentration of the students and also the limitation of the time and other problem. So in designing the course materials, the teacher need to pay attention on the time management related with the ESP class. Jadi ada beberapa masalah terkait dengan pengajaran di kelas ESP. Yang pertama adalah large classes. Large classes di sini sebagian besar kelas ESP berdasarkan hasil penelitian para ahli itu berada dalam kelas yang cukup besar dengan mahasiswa atau siswa yang banyak, dan ini mengarahkan kepada low motivation for the students in a large class. Mixed ability, karena kelasnya banyak atau kelasnya siswanya banyak tadi, jadi guru akan sulit mengalami kesulitan dalam mengajar karena siswanya banyak dan kemampuan atau ability of the students juga berbeda. Jadi guru agak kewalahan dalam mengajar di kelas ESP. Selanjutnya adalah training for the teacher, pelatihan untuk guru. Nah, karena di dalam kelas ESP berbeda dengan kelas General English, jadi guru perlu mendapatkan pelatihan atau training terkait dengan pengajaran di kelas ESP. Namun tidak banyak training atau pelatihan terkait dengan pengajaran di ESP. Karena guru juga perlu untuk memahami prinsip-prinsip dasar dalam pengajaran ESP serta harus mampu mengenal atau mengetahui konten-konten dalam pengajaran ESP. Walaupun secara garis besar dia sama dengan kelas General English, tapi ada banyak hal penting yang membuat ESP berbeda dengan kelas General English. Dan selanjutnya adalah problems with motivation. Karena large class tadi ya, karena kelasnya besar dan siswanya juga dalam jumlah yang banyak, jadi siswa terkadang tidak melihat pentingnya kelas ESP yang mereka lakukan karena kelasnya terlalu besar tadi ya, dan mereka memiliki low motivation to learn. And the last one is related with course design. Course design di sini beberapa program ESP dirancang terlalu singkat namun memiliki materi yang cukup padat. Nah, di sini terjadi ketimpangan. Kalau misalnya waktunya terlalu singkat, maka materi yang diberikan tentunya harus sesuai dengan waktu. Dan kalau waktu sempit, materinya padat, tentu siswa mengalami kesulitan. Bukan hanya siswa, guru juga mengalami kesulitan. Apalagi kelasnya large dan have a mixed ability of students. Nah, jadi perlu ada pertimbangan dalam time management. Selanjutnya, time management juga terkait dengan waktu pelaksanaan after or during office hours. Karena sebagian besar kelas ESP itu yang menjalaninya adalah siswa yang sudah bukan siswa yang young learners lagi, tapi sudah adult. Dan yang adult di sini mereka tentu di samping mengambil kelas ESP mereka juga bekerja. Nah, jadi harus dipertimbangkan antara kelas setelah jam kerja atau kelas selama jam kerja. Nah, that is the problem related with ESP, with the roles of students. There are 3 roles of the students in English for specific purposes class or courses. The first one is focus for learning, the second one is subject matter knowledge, and the last one is adult learning strategies. Okay, focus for learning. ESP students has a particular purpose and also focus for learning. People learn languages when they have opportunities to understand and work with language in a context that they comprehend and find interesting. And ESP here used as a vehicle for such opportunities. Students will acquire English as they work with the materials which they find interesting and relevant and which they can use in their professional work or further studies. And dalam kelas ESP, tujuan utama siswa adalah fokus pada pembelajaran. Nah, dalam pembelajaran bahasa, siswa atau yang mengambil kelas ESP memiliki kesempatan untuk memahami dan terlibat langsung dengan bahasa di dalam konteks yang mereka pahami dan juga konteks yang mereka minati. Dan ESP di sini berperan sebagai alat atau sebagai alat ya untuk mewujudkan kesempatan tersebut. Nah, students will acquire English as they work with materials which they find interesting and relevant and which they can use in their professional work or further studies. Jadi, siswa akan memahami atau memperoleh bahasa, yaitu bahasa Inggris, pada saat mereka terlibat atau terlibat dengan materi pembelajaran yang menurut mereka menarik dan relevan. Dan relevan di sini relevan atau sesuai dengan their professional work atau terkait dengan pekerjaan mereka. Kalau mereka misalnya fokusnya ke English for occupational purposes, seperti yang dijelaskan pada minggu-minggu sebelumnya. Oke. The next role is subject matter knowledge. Subject matter knowledge here means that learners in the ESP classroom are able to make a real contribution to the language learning process. They are generally aware of the purposes for which they will need to use English. Nah, having already oriented their training toward a specific field, they will see English instruction as a complementing in this orientation. And knowledge of the specialty areas enables the students to identify a real context for the vocabulary and structures of the ESP classroom. So that in this way, the learners can take advantage of what they already know about the subject matter field to learn English. Subject matter knowledge di sini maksudnya pengetahuan tentang materi pembelajaran. Nah, siswa dalam kelas ESP memiliki atau memberikan kontribusi nyata terhadap proses pembelajaran bahasa. Nah, mereka pada umumnya sadar bahwa tujuan dari pembelajaran bahasa itu akan mereka gunakan dalam bidang okupasional nanti. Nah, jadi siswa di kelas ESP memiliki kemampuan untuk mengidentifikasi real context untuk kosakata atau struktur dalam kelas ESP. Nah, jadi dengan cara ini, dengan peran ini, siswa dapat memiliki keuntungan untuk mempelajari atau mengetahui tentang materi pembelajaran yang terkait dengan subject matter knowledge related with subject matter field that they learn, why they learn English. Subject matter knowledge and subject matter field. The next role of learning as an adult has advantages. Adults must work harder than children to learn a new language, but the learning strategies they bring to the task enable them to learn faster and more efficient. And it means that sebagian besar kelas ESP, bukan sebagian besar ya, hampir semua ESP course itu siswanya adalah adult, bukan young learners. Jadi pembelajaran bahasa sebagai pelajar adult atau pelajar yang dewasa memiliki banyak keunggulan. Mungkin orang dewasa harus lebih banyak lebih bekerja keras untuk memahami bahasa dibandingkan dengan young learners dalam memahami sebuah bahasa. Namun learning strategi dapat membantu siswa adult untuk membuat mereka belajar lebih cepat dan lebih efisien. Okay. Now we come to the needs in ESP. So what is the meaning of needs in ESP? The needs here means that the ability to comprehend and or produce the linguistic features of the target situation. The needs is divided into two. It is target language and target needs and learning need. Actually, next week we are going to learn more in detail about need analysis in ESP, but for this explanation I will explain needs in general. Target needs here means that what the students need to do in the target situation. Target needs atau kebutuhan target maksudnya di sini adalah apa yang dibutuhkan siswa untuk dilakukan dalam situasi target atau tujuan dari ESP yang mereka pelajari. Meanwhile, learning needs means that what the students need to do in order to learn. Nah, kalau learning needs itu maksudnya adalah apa yang dibutuhkan siswa untuk belajar dalam kelas ESP tersebut. So target needs have three points. The first one is necessities, the second one is likes, and the third one is want. Necessity means the demands of the target situation. This is what the learners has to know in order to function effectively in that situation. Likes means that according to what the learners already knows, we decide what necessity are missing. Meanwhile, wants means that the things that the learners wants to learn besides the necessity in their target needs. Okay. This is the explanation of our third meeting. So we come to the questions of the quiz for fourth meeting. The first one is re-explain the roles of the students in ESP class and what does need means, and then explain the differentiation between target needs and learning needs. Okay, this is the question. So I hope you get the point about the explanation about ESP teachers, learners, and also needs. Okay, see you another time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.